filled to the brim with exciting adventures, colorful characters, and the elemental animals of the series' namesake. Every region has a unique variety of Pokemon, distributed across the land in many different habitats, from the oceans full of fish, to caves full of bats, and forests full of trees. While this is all fine and good, I couldn't help but notice that some Pokemon tend to occur in similar places. It got me to thinking, perhaps the placement of different Pokemon species was intentional. I believe that the developers made conscious choices about where certain Pokemon are found, and why. In order to explain that, let us dive a little bit into Pokecology. Every location in the Pokemon world is a city, town, or route. Routes make up the majority of places in which we can find wild Pokemon, and nearly every one has a small selection of Pokemon species you can encounter by chance. These species compose the community of each route. To take an example of a community, let's look at the Alola region's Melemele Meadow. This ecosystem is fairly easy to understand. It's a large flower field sporting a variety of birds, insects, and plant Pokemon. In this meadow we see Caterpie, Metapod, and Butterfree, an insect's evolution line commonly found in forests or open grasslands. Another bug type here is Cutiefly, inspired by the real-life bee fly. Onto plants and plant-adjacent Pokemon, we have the fairy type Bulbapedia, whose Pokedex says they have to live in close association with flowers. Also, depending on your game version, you'll find Petalil or Cottony, two grass types with photosynthetic capabilities. And finally, we have Pom-Pom or Oricorio, which is only found on this route of this island. Oricorio is a unique case in that its feathers, type, and moveset will change if it drinks nectar from a different island. In Ecology, we focus on the relationship that a species has with its environment. Here, all the Pokemon have interactions with yellow flowers. Butterfree drinks nectar, which plants in our real world produce to attract pollinators. Oricorio and Cutiefly also drink nectar, and are likely also helping with pollination. In fact, Cutiefly's Pokedex entry states that it gets into competition with Butterfree over nectar, suggesting that there is resource competition going on between these two species. You could suggest that the reason there's only one true grass type here, either Petalil or Cottony depending on your game, is that there's only one niche that's really available for them. The habitat is so overtaken by yellow flowers, there's very little space for them to take root, metaphorically. Bulbapedia has some biosymbiosis with flowers, since they'll hold on to the same one as they age and evolve. Additionally, this Pokemon is only ever found on routes that have flowers, and this is the only location in Alola where you can find it. Just like environments in the real world, we can't ignore the types of habitats that border the places we're studying. You can only enter this secluded meadow through a cave, geographically removing itself from the neighboring routes. This isolation could play into the reasoning why this is the only route in the entire game to have a wild Butterfree. While they're not very common here, the existence of wild Butterfree suggests that this habitat is isolated enough for Caterpie to complete its evolution. On the subject of isolation, Cutiefly is found on 3 routes, sharing 2 with a bird Pokemon called Spearow. Spearow's Pokedex entry says that they eat bug-type Pokemon. Since there are no Spearow in Melemele Meadow, there is reason to believe that this flower field serves as a haven for Cutiefly, allowing them to get away from their predators. These design decisions tell me that there is intentionality with placing these specific Pokemon here. Every species in the meadow relies on pollen, nectar, and sunlight in order to survive. The isolated nature of this meadow suggests that this is a safe haven from predators, since bug types Butterfree and Cutiefly are found in greater numbers, and no Spearow can be found in the flowers. I hope I've provided some insight into the fascinating ecology of the Pokemon world. Thank you all for watching, and have a great winter break.